When the Somerset was introduced last year, we told you that it was probably the most researched Buick ever introduced. We also said that the Somerset was positioned among some of the toughest competition around. Put those two facts together, and you come up with the fact that Somerset offers you some of your greatest challenges. And as so many of you proved last year, some of your greatest opportunities. So this year, we're pleased to tell you that you can look for increased Somerset business because the model lineup has been expanded. The 1986 Somerset model lineup includes custom and limited coupes, and a very welcome addition for 1986 is the Somerset T-Type. Your most important group of Somerset prospects are still women, buying a car either for their own use or as an additional family car. A second promising group of prospects are current owners of domestic compacts and subcompacts who may be ready to move up to a Buick or to a larger Buick. Don't overlook the men, those in their mid or late 20s who want something better but aren't interested in a formal domestic sedan or coupe. The Somerset also makes an ideal combination personal and business car. However, to fully understand the deliberate planning of the car, your prospects must drive the Somerset. No Buick has a greater need to be driven to be appreciated. But once driven, no Buick sells itself better. In the walk-around that follows, remember all features in the car are standard unless we tell you otherwise. One of the most outstanding sales features of the Somerset is its truly world-class interior, especially the electronic digital instrument panel. It's a standard on the Somerset, but on most other cars in its class, it's only optional if it's available at all. So with the Somerset, change your usual walk-around presentation and show prospects the inside first. You'll probably go a long way toward winning them over right at the start. The first thing most prospects notice is the instrument panel. Designers call the gauge cluster an instrument pod because almost all the control features the driver needs are grouped at his fingertips. One of the most distinctive features of this instrument pod is the electronic digital instrumentation. The gauges light up only when you turn the ignition to on. The speedometer is digital. The fuel gauge expands, so that below a quarter of a tank, you can tell how much fuel is left. To the right of the speedometer is the multi-gauge, which includes a voltmeter, oil pressure, and temperature gauges, and a tachometer. But besides precision, there are other advantages to this electronic instrument panel. Electronics are designed to last a long, long time. There's nothing mechanical to adjust or wear out. Point out to prospects how reliable a digital watch is. And tell your prospects that Somerset's electronic digital instrument panel adds value to their car both now and at resale time. Now show the other controls on the instrument pod. Lighting controls on the left. Windshield washer, optional rear defogger controls on the right. Even these switches are high-tech, low-travel switches and respond to a very light touch. Most of the other controls are on the operating console. Start up front with the radio. This remote radio panel controls an electronically tuned Delco AM radio that's standard. It can be deleted for credit. Delco has engineered an entire line of other equipment, like this stereo and cassette deck, plus a complete range of fine sound equipment, including the famous Delco Bose system. Below the radio head are the heating and ventilation controls, optional air conditioning, and optional cassette player. In front of them is the shifter, the optional power window controls, and the parking brake. There are courtesy lights throughout. Back there on the upper quarter panel, a reading light on the header, and courtesy lights on the doors. There's even a mirror on the right-hand visor. Point out that this is 5-passenger seating in contemporary luxury and comfort from front to rear. Notice the rear seat center armrest and the rear seat headrest, all standard. The rear seat even has its own heating and ventilation duct at the back of the console. There's a rear seat ashtray there as well, and it's easy for passengers to get into the rear seat. There's an easy entry feature that slides the front passenger seat forward when the seat back is pushed forward. Now that you've shown the interior, ask your prospect to step out for a look at some of the other features. First, take in the whole sleek shape. It's very aerodynamic and creates a distinctive impression. Just look at the sloping hood and the high rear deck with the slight spoiler lip at the edge. Point out the way the rear window and windshield are flush mounted. Tell your prospects that when they take a demo drive, they'll be amazed at how quiet the Somerset is, even at highway speeds. The road isolation on this car is something they'd expect only from a full-size luxury car. The depth of color of the Somerset finish is achieved by applying clear coat enamel over the paint, and it not only looks great, but it helps keep the car looking good. Point out the tungsten halogen headlamps, which generate twice the candle power of conventional sealed beam units. On a lot of cars in the Somerset's class, they're extra. Next, show the engine compartment. Mention that the hood rises so easily because of the gas assist rods. The Somerset engine compartment is spectacular, especially with this optional 3-liter multi-port fuel-injected engine. The designers and engineers took as much care under the hood as they did with the rest of the car. First, there's an underhood courtesy light. Inside, everything looks very neat. The cast aluminum rocker covers match the intake manifold, and all the vacuum and electrical lines are all routed and secured to create a clean look. The owner maintenance items are not only easy to get at, they're also clearly labeled. The transmission fluid dipstick, the engine oil dipstick, and the air cleaner. The Somerset standard engine is the Tech 4 fuel-injected 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, which comes with a 5-speed manual transmission. Be sure you learn about the important improvements to the 5-speed manual transmission. The details are available in the Skyhawk presentation. The Somerset also comes with an optional 3-speed automatic transmission. Rack and pinion power steering is standard on the Somerset, and so are power front disc brakes, which have low drag calipers and an audible wear sensor that tells you when the brake pads need to be replaced. The tires are steel-belted radial ply black walls. We have optional white walls on this one. Before you show the trunk, point out this fuel filler door which you release from the driver's seat. It's standard on the Limited. The Somerset trunk has almost 14 cubic feet of space. There's also a trunk courtesy light and a lightweight spare tire which takes up a minimum of trunk space but is very easy to handle if you ever need to replace one of the regular tires temporarily. Now, let's take a look at the T-Type. The new Somerset T-Type takes the concept of this personal luxury car even further toward higher performance and sporty appearance. The standard engine is the 3-liter multi-port fuel-injected V6 with a 3-speed automatic transmission. This engine is the first of the smaller V6s to use the Bosch fuel rail and injectors fed by a high-pressure fuel pump. It has a mass airflow sensor which measures incoming air so that a microprocessor can calculate the engine's exact air, fuel, and spark needs about 84 times per second. The 3-liter engine also uses Buick's computer-controlled coil ignition, which replaces the distributor. Also standard on the Somerset T-Type is Grand Touring suspension. New aluminum road wheels fitted with steel-belted radial blackwall tires are standard. This black air dam is also standard. Black trim accents give this T-Type a great look here on the front end, including the grille, headlamp bezels, and trim rings. Point out the belt reveal and body side moldings. More black accents here on the center pillar, door handle, and lock cylinder. And here, the roof drip molding. Somerset T-Type exterior colors are two-tone and come in 4 combinations. Inside, A stunning gray interior is accented by the Sheffield gray color of the trim plates. The sport steering wheel is leather wrapped. That's the Somerset and the new Somerset T-Type story for 1986. 3 leading-edge cars that offer some of your greatest opportunities with today's younger buyers. Let's review the important Somerset product changes for 1986. The model lineup has been expanded to include the Somerset T-Type. New rear quarter window appearance. New exterior ornamentation. New high mount stop lamp. New hydraulic clutch on manual transmission. New trim cloth. New brushed finish instrument panel on all models. Delco Bose sound system available. Wheels, new cast aluminum wheel for the T-Type. New optional wire wheel cover. Tires, Eagle GT P215 60R14 Blackwall tires, standard on the T-Type. Eagle GT P215 60R14 raised white leather tires, optional on T-Type.